And what is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video. Today we're going to be looking at how we can mix some crisp, high-end, expensive studio quality sounding vocals, definitely industry grade. We've got a remix of the DDG and GUNNA track Elon Musk, which I think sounds amazing. I'm going to be showing you some really cool techniques that I've learned over the years to help you get a better sound. This vocal preset will be available, link in the description, make your life easier, check it out. But nonetheless, let's hop straight into it. I'm going to be showing you some real old school techniques that have helped people get great sounding vocals over the years. So with that being said, let's hop straight into it. Definitely make sure to smash like. Let's get it.
I got a bad bitch in my place, she'll care if I touch.
Yeah, we're born in the smoke and I'm pouring a drink off the back when I'm breaking it down. Space coupe, yeah, just right around town. Can't fuck with these hoes, can't fuck with these clowns. Been at the mall and customized yellow. Gucci on me, that's a brand new sweater. She all on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. Real engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? She keep 100, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up. Cause I like the way you do it, yeah. I like the way you move, yeah. Shawty so clean like this remix. Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning. I cannot stop getting all this money, I'm money fiending. All these clones try to steer the wave, it's so easy to see. Yeah, gotta keep it G, gotta keep it 100 degrees.
Whole lot of money in the safe, don't worry about us.
Alrighty, so there you go. Lots of fun, clean cut, sounding like a analog tape sounding vocals. Beautiful. It's up front. It's definitely not like that other stuff out there. Okay, so yeah, man, let's hop straight into it, man. You know, if you apply these techniques, it's easy. Okay, just stick to the method. I've been sticking to the method and you can get things done. Okay, so first thing first, obviously, you know the template format for those who are new to this channel. Green channels are all tracks that you can record into. I personally like to set up a template when I am recording. Check out my vocal recording course, vocal mixing course, if you want to see how I lay things out. Once you're up to date with the template, things are really easy. But you know, I like to record into my main vocal first. Obviously, I like to do my main vocals. As you can see, I compile my main vocals first, then I do all of my doubles, right? All of the double tracks are right here. But most importantly, main vocal will focus on that. So first thing I like to do is set up my auto-tune. Okay, I set up my auto-tune before my session. I always check out the beat, see what the beat's doing. D minor, cool, right? We're working in D minor this time around. Then I just play around with the retune speed, do a couple takes, right? See what works. And you know, this is what I came up with. I personally like to adjust the natural vibrato. For those who know, this is kind of my way of doing things. But again, auto-tune is very much up to you. You could be using Waves Retune or Tuner, whatever it's called. You could be using a different auto-tune version. Doesn't matter, right? They all sound good as long as you sing into them. That's kind of the secret. Okay, so I do that first. Or copy paste that auto-tune onto every other channel, just so I kind of get a consistent sound and tweak as I like. But you know, that's just makes things easier. Personally, I like to use a little bit of a NoiseGate while recording, just so I can kind of get rid of that lower level hiss. Because I record quite low, and then I use a limiter, so obviously I'm pulling up that noise. Want to cut that down. You know, keep it simple. NS1 from Waves is easy to use. And then I'm aiming for a set level. Okay, so as you can see, my max level was 1.2 VU, so that's around there. You can download this. This is an additional thing you'd like if you are using this vocal chain. You know, I just use this to gain stage. I'm just checking how loud I'm going into the box, and I'm generally hitting 0 VU. That's generally going to be a good level. It's going to be a good level that your audio interface is also going to like. You don't want to be clipping your vocals. You don't want your vocals too noisy. You just want that kind of sweet level, and this is a good reference to go for. So just pay attention to the meter as the vocals are playing.
Bad bitch in my place, she'll care if I touch.
Yeah, we're born in the smoke and I'm pouring a drink off the back when I'm breaking it down. Space coupe, yeah, just right around town. Can't fuck with these hoes, can't fuck with these clowns. Been at the mall and customized yellow. Gucci on me, that's a brand new sweater. She all on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. Real engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? She keep 100, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up. Cause I like the way you
See, just a little bit here and there, right? I'm using a little bit of analog compression as well, 1176. I will leave a preset in the FreeVST version that kind of mimics what I did. A little bit of secret sauce. But yeah, there you go, you know, so there you go, kind of aiming for 0 VU, -5 at minimum. And that way you're getting a consistent vocal level. Okay, so once we've kind of done our recording stuff, I consider the auto-tune, the gain staging, all recording stuff. You obviously want to make sure that your beat is also gain staged. I will do a video soon showing people how to actually gain stage your beat before recording, just so you can get those levels right. From then on out, I send that main vocal, just as I send all of these doubles into different channels, I send the main vocal into the vocal chain. Okay, so all of the main vocals are now going to be affected by this chain right here, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, so I like to start off with Farai's vocal enhancer. Funny enough, I add this last when I'm kind of done with the mix. I just slap this on just to add in that extra kind of 20% maybe even of the vocal sound. We've got the newer version. I don't know why I have this one up. If I just pull it up real quick, you can check this out, link in the description. It's just a patcher preset, but it is amazing and it works really well. Let's just kind of find it. Vocal enhancer, there we go. So this is the new update, as you can see right there. Cool kind of Neve sound going on, really beautiful to use. I quite like it. But really what I use it for is just slight EQ toning, right? So it's almost as if I'm being able to adjust a kind of preamp, level and kind of EQ, get a little bit of that saturation out there and just add some beef to our vocal, okay? You really do need something like this saturation plugin at the beginning of your chain, just so you can kind of fill out all the empty spaces in your vocal sound, right? So if I turn this off, it's off right now.
All on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. We're engineer, think I'm Elon Musk.
It's a bit dark, okay, but once I turn it on.
All on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. We're engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? You keep wanting, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up. Cause I like the way you do it, yeah.
You just get that really nice in-your-face sound. So there you go, that's what I'm doing. After that, this is where the real kind of glamorous, high life engineering starts, right? All of these pieces of gear, or all of these different emulations of wonderful gear are, pieces that I know engineers that I like have been using all these years. For example, Dr. Dre would often use the Avalon, or 50 Cent would use the Avalon quite a lot. I think Get Rich Die Trying pretty much used this preamp and EQ the whole way through the album while tracking. Tracking meaning recording. So, I want to slap this on there just so we can get that kind of nice high-end sound. This is a tube-based channel strip. And so it has a certain sound to it, right? It has a little bit of a fat, warm sound to it. So we want to get that benefit right there. Now, since we are gaining our saturation from the vocal enhancer, we don't really need to crank the preamp, okay? So that's what, we kind of just leave that as is. But again, we're doing a little bit of manipulation here and there. Compression is most important. I really loaded this up for the compression. I do really like how this Avalon compresses. It's very transparent, but it's very warm. It's very tube sounding. And then I just did a little slight high mid duck at 2000 hertz, just to kind of tuck away some of that kind of shininess that was kind of clashing with the drums. Didn't really like that. So I did that. Nothing else besides that. If you just want to pay attention to the compression, a little bit of high passing as well. But yeah, you can see right here.
Been at the mall and customize yellow. Gucci on me as a brand new sweater. She all on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. We're engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? She keep wanting, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up. Cause I like the way you.
See, it just kind of does 1 dB of compression on most words, but then when things get aggressive, it kind of tones back to around 3 dB, and that's kind of where you get that warmth and smacking in your face sound. And if we do that as we go down our vocal chain, we end up with this really nice vocal sound, right? Don't just think that you need one compressor just to slam it. That's a very amateur way of doing things. When I'm going into the box, slight compression. When I'm in the box, slight compression as we go down the chain. That's going to get you that kind of difference between an amateur and a professional sound, okay? So definitely consider that. Fast attack, fast release, but it's still quite slow. It's tube based, so it's quite natural sounding, okay? 3.5 ratio, nothing crazy. But yeah, there you go. That's the Avalon right there. Beautiful stuff from Universal Audio. After that, I'm sure that people who watch this channel every week are wondering what this is. I decided to go with a different console vibe this time around. Instead of using the SSL 4000 series, I decided to go with the Neve. This is the emulation of a VSX console. I think I've left this open here for you to see. But I think this is pretty much the studio console that was emulated, right? So Brainworks have this technology that they call TMT. And basically what they do is they model every single channel on a certain console. And they kind of model each little difference in each channel strip. And so essentially you've got the stereo channel 1 and 2, so it'll pretty much be right here, channel 1 and 2, and then we're able to mix with that sound in our own sessions. And I think that's pretty cool. This studio sadly last year actually flooded, so I don't know if this console is still in commission. I don't know if they sold it before the flood, but pretty cool console, and it definitely has a sound. So that's what I decided to do. When it comes to Neve versus SSL, I'm gonna go with Neve when I want a tighter, more refined low end and then overall top end. These consoles were made a bit more critically, whereas the SSL has a bit more of a kind of distortion to it. It has kind of a kind of metallic spank, if you may. This has a bit more of a kind of, you know, smoother sound. It's a bit more lush, and so I wanted to use that in this mix. I wanted that top end to sound a bit more kind of smooth and tubey than my kind of general sound, which is more aggressive and punking in your face, right? So this is what we're doing right here. A little bit of high passing. Now, I don't generally tend to high pass twice in the box, or high pass twice in analog, but in the box, you know, there are no rules, so I decided to high pass twice. I think it just helped kind of tame the bass. But yeah, we've got two cuts going around 50 and 80, and then a little bit of compression, but we're not actually compressing. That's just kind of for the sound, you know, gaining it a little bit. And then I'm really just toning the EQ, man. You know, 0.7 dB boost at 8K, so very light kind of treble boost, very light, you know, 3K boost, SSL style boost. You know, 190 cut, you know, 0.6 dB again at 200, and that's just kind of toning the vocal, but it makes all the difference, you know, with these types of vocals. You don't want to go too aggressive when it comes to this type of sound, when it comes to EQ, you know. So if I turn this off,
been at the mall and customize yellow, Gucci on me as a brand new sweater. She all on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. Real engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? She keep 100, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up.
you know, this is definitely heading into that kind of 90s and early 2000s high quality R&B. You know, everything that was released back in the day was mixed on a fat analog console. The budgets were good, and you know, that's why I say invest in channel strips. You know, I had 2 different ones up, that's why there's this empty slot here. But you know, I just A/B, man. I A/B and I listen to the different consoles. You know, which one do I like? You know, I tried the SSL with the similar settings, you know, but in the end I like the Neve. So, you know, test and see what you like. You know, the Wave is good, the SSL native is good, Slate is good. Use what you have, you know, and get a good sound. So there you go, that's what we're doing right there. EQ again. This time around we're using the FabFilter Pro Q, and really I'm just doing subtractive EQ. Okay, subtractive EQ means I'm just pulling away frequencies that I don't want to mask the beat. I want the vocal to blend in. A lot of people talk about that kind of vocal in the beat sound, and you only get that when you have a good sound or good relationship with the vocal and the beat in terms of frequencies, right? If you have frequencies overlapping, you're not going to get that sound you want, right? Because the boxiness of the vocal is going to take away from the beat, right? It's going to be kind of masking, we call it. It's going to be masking the beat. We don't want that. So we just want to kind of find what we don't like, listen with your ear, don't just go in, you know, listen what you need. You know, I needed a little bit of EQ ducking, so we got this dynamic EQ. You know, we don't like the 300 range, we don't like that 200 range, you know, we don't like that 170 range, and then we're just tucking away high frequencies, and we just kind of master the vocal in a way. You know, we kind of get rid of what we don't like. So if I turn off these 2 EQs, or even with the Avalon,
been at the mall and customize yellow, Gucci on me as a brand new sweater. She all on me cause I get away with her. Never went to college, got money like professors. Real engineer, think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? She keep 100, don't switch it up. She throw it back on me, just back it up. Cause I like the way you do it, yeah.
you know, it still sounds natural, but all the things that need to be dealt with are dealt with. So yeah, there you go, that's EQ. Now we come down to compression. Okay, waves we're going to use for compression this time around, just because I wanted to kind of stick to that, you know, high-end studio sound. You know, every studio you go to is going to have Waves plugins, and most probably your favorite song has some Waves plugins on it. So again, I tried out the RVox. I had the RVox on for quite a while. I didn't like it. I ended up trying out this H-Comp as well, which I think is nice. We'll try it out as well. I'll play it for you just now. But I ended up with the R compressor because you really can't go wrong. What I like to do is I like to set it up into opto mode. I like to set a fairly fast attack. This is a very fast attack. And then I just kind of set the release based on the overall speed of the song, right? Because that way, I don't want the vocal or the compressor hanging on to the vocal too long, and also don't want it being too fast. Otherwise, you get quite a kind of distorted sound. And so very light compression. This is just really gluing together all of the EQ changes we've done. It's just helping kind of solidify that vocal, you know, and just kind of bring everything together. Okay, and then after that, what I do is I use a C4, and that's really just to do a little bit of kind of tucking in, you know.
Cause I like the way you do it, yeah. I like the way you move, yeah. Shawty so clean like this remix. Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning. I cannot stop getting all the.
Can you see how quickly the vocal gets out of hand? But once we have this on,
Cause I like the way you do it, yeah. I like the way you move, yeah. Shawty so clean like this remix. Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade.
you know, it's kind of jumping in tandem with the beat, and that's really what we want. You know, we don't want to take away from the vibe, we don't want to squash our vocal, but if we do want that squashed vocal sound, we can actually try out this H-comp. This is something I had on, but decided to turn it off.
Cause I like the way you do it, yeah. I like the way you move, yeah. Shawty so clean like this remix. Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning. I cannot stop getting all this money, I'm money fiending. All the
Definitely has a sound of its own. It smacks more than the R compressor. But you know, different strokes for different folks, man. You can use whatever you like. Okay, so yeah, that's compression. After that, once I've done my EQ and compression, all the important stuff, we can have a bit of fun on the vocal. This track had like a very cool flanger thing going on DDG's vocal. So the way I copied that was with 2 different techniques, right? I've got a analog H3000 running. By the way, check out the F3000. You can check this out for FL Studio. If you do not have access to cool hardware, you can check out the emulation we've done. It really sounds good. But you know what I do on the main vocal is I apply a little bit of slap delay, okay, and then a little bit of flanger on the main vocal itself, and that just spreads the vocal a little bit. You know, if I actually turn this up, you can then hear what's going on. Just go to the bridge.
yeah, shawty so clean like this remix. Yeah, shawty so clean like this remix. Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning.
And as you can see, it's just a tiny slap. It's really not doing much. But when we add in a little bit, it just kind of delays the vocal a little bit and spreads it. And then once we add in our flanger, we kind of get this cool little spread, vocal spread. And to me, that sounds really good. It helps to kind of modulate the vocal, smooth it out a little bit. You know, background vocals, simple. You know, we've got our left and right channel.
I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning. I cannot stop getting all this money, I'm money fiending.
Just your standard Coco bangs, you know, Houston, whatever, you know, Atlanta, it all sounds the same as long as it's kind of mixed properly and recorded properly, you know.
It's a brand new sweater.
Standard stuff, right?
Engineer think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust?
You know, some nice SSL EQ with a little bit of flange, and you've got that industry sound, you know. Once you learn the techniques, you can apply them to every mix you do and get great results. But yeah, man, you know, HYPERDRIVE pack as well. Check it out. All these little things you add into your track are gonna make all the difference, right? So if we just solo these, you can check this pack out in the description as well. Right, there we go.
Never went to college, got money like professors. Real engineer think I'm Elon Musk. Snakes in the grass, who can I trust? Oh, that's your girl, I ain't seen shit. I put a 4 in my lemonade and now I'm leaning. I cannot stop getting all this money, I'm money fiending. Oh,
man, yeah, I like this vocal style personally. It reminds me of kind of like the 2011, 2009, up to 14. You know, there was definitely a kind of glory period where the top engineers were still on the consoles. You know, a lot of engineers have kind of moved in the box and maybe doing a little bit of analog summing here and there, but nothing will beat emulating the traditional workflow as we're doing today. So yeah, man, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned some new techniques. Hopefully you're not getting scammed on the internet. You know what I mean? You're learning the real stuff and getting great results, man. But nonetheless, I'll check you out next time. As always, check out the vocal recording course, vocal mixing course, if you want to learn how to step your game up and easily get better results. But I'll check you out. Keep recording, keep mixing. Peace out.